Joining us now is Amy Hagstrom Miller. She is the founder and CEO of Whole Woman's Health, an independent abortion provider with clinics in 5 states, including the state of Texas. Ms. Hagstrom Miller, I know you have not slept, and this has been an incredibly intense time. Thank you for making time to be here tonight.
Thank you so much for your thorough coverage, Rachel. I appreciate it.
Let me ask, I know that you've said today that your clinics are all in compliance with the law. What does that mean? What can you still do for your patients?
So today's been a rough day. All 4 of our Texas clinics are open. We can provide abortions only until the point of embryonic cardiac activity, which is usually about 6 weeks. We are providing ultrasounds for folks and providing counsel. The vast majority of people who've come into our clinics today have had to be denied abortion care services. As you covered, the vast majority of people don't know they're pregnant before 6 weeks and don't access abortion, especially in the state of Texas with all of the restrictions you described. They aren't able to even get to the clinic prior to the 6th week in pregnancy. And so today we did have folks come in. We were providing ultrasounds and support, and we had, I think, 55 patients on our schedule in Fort Worth, and only 5 patients are able to be seen under the new restrictions in Texas.
What do you think is going to happen in the short term? I think about the 50 of those 55 patients you just mentioned who had clinic appointments today in Fort Worth. For those who are able, or for those who may not be personally able but can be helped, will there effectively become some sort of pipeline that tries to move Texas women into other states where their rights are protected, since in Texas they can't access this service?
So, Rachel, unfortunately, this is not the first time we have experienced an abortion ban in the state of Texas. As you described, what happened to HB2 in 2013 and 2014, and then very recently, last year during the pandemic, Governor Abbott issued an executive order which virtually banned abortion in the state of Texas for more than 3 weeks. And what we see is the vast majority of people being forced to carry a pregnancy against their will. Most people can't travel outside of Texas. Our patients are primarily parents already. Almost 70% of our patients are parenting. They have multiple jobs. They're juggling school, they're juggling childcare, especially in the context of this pandemic. Making a decision to travel out of state has multiple risks. So what we've seen in the past is most people trying to figure out how to make it work, wondering if we'll be able to knock the law down, if we'll reopen, asking us to keep them on a call list. The people will call immediately if we get an injunction and we open the clinic at 5. I mean, it's nuts, right? And then some people are able to travel out of state, and there is some incredible organizing happening all across the state of Texas, in fact, all across the country, trying to raise money for abortion funds to support people, practical support networks to support people who are able to travel out of state for care. And then another group of our patients are likely to try to self-manage their abortion and to take matters into their own hands and to try to care for themselves as pregnant people have done for centuries prior to the legalization of abortion in this country. And honestly, what option has the state really left people? So these are the kinds of things that we are talking to patients about, that we are hearing from our patients. Another thing I just want to point out is that our staff are being really forced to be agents of the state here. Our staff are the folks who are put in the position of informing the public of this law and enforcing this law, and they are looking right into the eyes of these women and these pregnant folks as they do this, and seeing their anguish and seeing their pain. And this is a staff that is there because they want to help people. They're highly trained medical professionals who are at the ready to provide this service, and today they're not allowed to, yet they have to deliver this news and sit with people as they reckon with being denied an abortion and try to figure out what the next steps for their life are going to be.